Welcome back to Press Review. Let's start by taking a look at today's front pages in the Middle East. The Khalij Times in the UAE reports that the UN has said at least 1,075 people have been killed and 658 injured in Iraq in the 17 days from June the 5th to the 22nd. The paper also reports that Sheikh Mohammed has launched the UAE Suqiyya initiative to provide clean water to 5 million people worldwide, starting from the beginning of Ramadan. From Saudi Arabia, the Arab News reports that Crown Prince Salman has held talks with visiting British Defence Secretary Philip Hammond on major regional and international developments, including the turmoil in Iraq and the Syrian political crisis. The paper also reports that the Islamic Development Bank announced loans worth $752 million to finance development projects in Egypt. From Beirut, the Daily Star reports that Lebanese authorities have arrested 6 members of a criminal cell, including a university professor and 2 students in the northern city of Tripoli. The paper also reports that the Maronite Patriarch Bashar al-Rai will discuss the presidential election crisis with the ambassadors of the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council. The Jerusalem Post is reporting that Rachel Frankel told the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva that every child has the right to return home safely from school, as she urged the international community to help rescue her son and 2 other teenagers. The paper also reports that the Pentagon and State Department rejected criticism from Israeli officials on Monday that the US had inadequate security training programs, which was ostensibly demonstrated by this month's breakdown of the US-trained army in northern Iraq. And the Egypt Independent reports that 4 makeshift bombs exploded within minutes of each other at 3 Cairo metro stations during morning rush hour, wounding at least 2 people. The paper also reports that the Egypt government has allocated $50 million to promote Egyptian tourism abroad, including at the main markets like Russia, Germany, Poland, England, Ukraine, and Italy. Let's take a look now at the top Middle East news from UK papers. The Guardian leads Middle East news reporting that US Secretary of State John Kerry has urged Kurdish leaders to stand with Baghdad and insisted that the imminent deployment of American military forces is not intervention in Iraq's affairs. Kerry characterized the so-called advisory mission as something short of intervention, since he said they are not there in a combat role. Also from the UK, The Independent reports that as ISIS whips up a tsunami of violence, barreling through Iraq, capturing towns and borders on a daily basis in its quest to create an Islamic state, a few entrepreneurial businessmen are capitalizing on the exposure by selling a range of terror-related merchandise. The paper says the t-shirts stamped with the Al-Qaeda splinter group's name and boarded by automatic weapons have been available for at least a few months and originate from Indonesian vendors. And now let's take a look at the top Middle East news in international papers. From Beijing, the Global Times leads Middle East news reporting that some 80 Palestinian prisoners in Israeli prisons ended a 63-day hunger strike after reaching a deal with Israel. The paper says a spokesperson with the Israel Prison Service said that some 80 prisoners ended their strike overnight Wednesday. However, the spokesperson added that details on the deal will be disclosed only after the medical condition of the hunger strikers is improved. The Los Angeles Times reports that about 500 Iranians gathered Tuesday in the sweltering heat of Imam Hussein Square in southeast Tehran to demonstrate their determination to go to Iraq to fight ISIS if needed. The paper adds that the official Iranian press has generally presented ISIS as a creation of the United States and its allies. And finally, from Germany, the Deutsche Welle reports that Iraqi Premier Nouri al-Maliki has ruled out a government of national unity in the face of a campaign by Sunni militants who have won large areas of northern and western Iraq following the fall of Mosul earlier this month. And for more updates, please visit our website on Levant.tv. Thanks for watching Press Review. Be sure to join us again tomorrow, and bye for now.